You know what my favorite part was?
What? Welcome to Crocs in the Kitchen.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Jessica. So what was your favorite part?
We'll get to that in just a minute.
Okay.
But it was that time of year for us to go and do something that we didn't do last year, which would have been kind of nice to do. But we went to VegFest St. Louis 2019.
Yes, this is actually only the second year of the St. Louis VegFest. Last year we were out of town, unfortunately, so we were pretty excited to go this year and check out all that it had to offer.
And we recorded some stuff to show you how it went.
Yeah.
So we are here at VegFest St. Louis 2019, and we got a bit of a walk to go because there is just a ton of people here right now, and they have parked all along the streets, as you can see behind us. And yeah, but I'm looking forward to trying out some fun stuff and you know, maybe seeing a few cool people too.
Yeah, I'm wondering if anyone's gonna like recognize us or anything, or we're gonna run into anybody who's watched our channel. It should be very interesting to see. I'm excited to try some awesome vegan food and see what other vendors they have and all that. And of course, Peep is here, and he's a pumpkin. He's not really happy about the pumpkin, but it is what it is. So let's go and get into VegFest.
So we got into VegFest, and right off the bat, they had a wall of free apples. And I, of course, love apples. It's one of my all-time favorite fruits. I've loved apples forever. It was just amazing to actually walk in and immediately get like an appetizer, you know, before we started eating the rest of it. Not to mention, Peef really wanted an apple too.
Yeah, Brian was really starving at that point, so the apples were much appreciated. So then we kept walking in a bit further, and it was really overwhelming how many choices there were, but we saw Small Batch, which is a local restaurant that I believe is vegetarian. It's not vegan, but all the vendors at St. Louis VegFest had vegan options. It was 100% totally vegan. So we went to check out what they had, and they had, how do you say it, samosas? Samosas, not Samoas. And of course we were just like, sure, why not? We didn't really know like what our plan was for eating there. We were just like, sure, why not? And then we got them, and of course they're like fried. I mean, we knew they were gonna be fried and all that. So we started off with a bang with an oily fried thing. Of course it was delicious, but it wasn't super healthy by any means, but it was definitely tasty, a little way to start the day.
And that curry sauce was kind of amazing. So I wish I knew how to make it.
Yeah, I do want to check out Small Batch sometime though, like actually go to their restaurant.
Absolutely. So we walked around a bit more trying to find something a little bit healthier to eat, and there were a lot of long lines of people just trying to get some good food. But we saw a place that is another local place here in St. Louis called Frida's, and we have wanted to go there for a while. We just haven't really had the chance because they have a lot of oil-free vegan options, and you know, that's like unheard of when it comes to going out to eat.
Yeah, they actually have like a Sunday brunch that you can get. And so they're a vegetarian restaurant, not 100% vegan, but at their brunch, everything has a label on it that says if it's oil-free, if it's vegan, like they label everything is my understanding. So we definitely want to try, like, it's like a brunch buffet, but it has oil-free vegan options.
Which is amazing.
What?
But we got some stuff from Frida's, including some chickpea tuna salad with some pita and some black bean street tacos. Those tacos were awesome. Like, I'm generally not huge on having a lot of tomatoes on those, but man, was that good, because it was just all fresh and nice. And that chickpea tuna, it was
super good.
Yeah, it was super tasty.
With the mustard, it was super nice. I loved it. So we were trying to keep it semi-healthy, but I was not leaving this place without pizza.
Yeah, and one of our absolute favorite places for vegan pizza happened to be there as well.
Pizza Head.
Pizza Head. And yeah, I mean, we can't really say anything like higher than it's just amazing.
If you come to St. Louis and you want some vegan junk food pizza, go to Pizza Head. Like, they don't use the standard Daya, whatever, however you say it. They don't use that stuff. They make their own cheese. I think it's cashew based, I want to say.
Yeah, I think so too.
And so if you get the pizza in their location, they just make these giant pizzas, but they sell them by the slice as well. And it's got this layer of the cheese sauce, and it's just amazing. So I guess it wasn't really practical for them to make their normal pizza at the event, because their pizzas are like these giant beasts of a pizza.
Yeah.
And it would have taken them too long, I think, to cook those. So they kind of adapted a little bit. How would you describe what they had?
I would describe it more as like like a margarita type pizza, but whatever the cheese that they had on there, it tasted like ricotta.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they did
I'm sure it was a nut based.
It was it was definitely a nut based thing, but
Yeah.
it looked and tasted like ricotta.
Yeah.
And the pepperoni they had on there was obviously vegan pepperoni, but it was just super tasty. And I really, really liked that pizza. I know Jessica likes their
Yeah.
regular pizza.
Their regular is so good, I'm
But
telling you.
I quite liked the one that they had at VegFest. It was just really, really good. So for the last savory thing that we ended up getting this spring roll bowl. Unfortunately, we don't remember where we got it from because we didn't film the tent that it was at. But I will tell you this, it was really, really good. Yes, it did have the spring roll on top, and there were a couple nuts and stuff on there, but it was a very cool, refreshing dish with some mint and some noodles and like just a nice sort of savory flavor to it with a good bit of heat on top of it. All in all, I really, really liked this thing a lot. And in fact, I kind of want to try to figure out how to make it. I mean, minus the fried spring roll on top. But
there is a recipe out there that I saw recently that is oil-free crispy spring rolls.
Ooh.
From STL Veg Girl.
Wow.
So,
I mean, we're going to have to do that now.
I'm
So.
just saying.
But yes, this was phenomenal, and I kind of want to try to figure out how to make it.
So I feel like I'm a bit of a bad influence here. First it was the pizza, and then it was ice cream. I just couldn't leave without getting a little bit of ice cream. What can I say? So we went to Clementine's, and we've seen them at other events before, but usually they only have like one vegan option there. And so this was nice because their whole menu was vegan, of course, being at VegFest. And so I chose a scoop of vanilla because that's Brian's favorite, a scoop of chocolate because that's my favorite, and I got it in a waffle cone because it was a vegan waffle cone. Why not? And so we ate that. It was super tasty.
Yeah, I've got to admit that that vanilla ice cream, of which don't judge me for liking vanilla ice cream, okay? But that vanilla ice cream was honestly one of the best that I've ever had in my life. And I'm not just saying best for vegan, I'm saying best ever.
Yeah.
Like my whole life.
Now, obviously, these were not healthy, like low calorie, anything of that nature, but it was just super tasty. And sometimes it's just nice to know that if you want to indulge a little bit, but still keep it vegan, you can.
Absolutely.
So it was really nice, and that was a good way to end our little food adventure at the festival.
Yes. But they didn't just have food at VegFest in St. Louis. We also got to see a bunch of different vendors selling things like t-shirts and some signs, and then there were a bunch of just places offering information on some local like farms and different ways to help out and interact with the community. But one of the things that they were selling there was the Thrive book.
Yeah, so the Thrive book is basically a coupon book, and I believe this was the first time that they were selling it, like ever, was at VegFest. It was $20, and what it is a book that has a bunch of coupons for different places around St. Louis that have vegan options. So they're not all vegan restaurants. We don't have that many vegan restaurants in St. Louis, but they're places that have really good options. And so I just thought it would be a fun way for us to maybe check out some stuff that we hadn't heard of before or haven't been to. We don't get out to eat a lot because, as you can see from being an event like this, a lot of the food we ate is not compliant with the whole food plant-based lifestyle that we tend to follow, which is, no oil, no sugar, very little salt, that kind of stuff. And so, yeah, it was just I thought it was, flipping through the book, I was like, yeah, we'll definitely use some of these and get our $20 worth and maybe find some new things that we don't know about.
Also, they had different activities that people could do, some stuff for kids that I saw. They had yoga going on out on the little, what would you call that, a veranda?
I don't know. It's the World's Fair Pavilion.
It's the World's Fair Pavilion overlooking the great fountain that is out there. And that was really cool, but the speaker series seemed very interesting. We didn't really get a chance to sit around and listen to anybody talk. But it's just really cool that they even had those people there to give more information about what's going on in the community.
Yeah.
One of my favorite vendors at VegFest was Louisville Vegan Jerky.
You mean Louisville?
I mean Louisville Vegan Jerky. How many times can we do this bit, Jessica?
As many times as it takes.
As many times as it takes. But before we switched to a whole food plant-based diet, I loved jerky. That was one of my all-time favorite things, especially on a trip. And I was very excited when I found out about Louisville Vegan Jerky because their stuff is amazing.
It is really good.
Like their Carolina barbecue sauce one, their black pepper, and I mean, like, you name it. Every flavor that they've made, I have absolutely loved.
Yeah, so they were doing some samples there. Now, this product is definitely not low sodium. It does have some oil. So this is definitely not like a healthy thing, but it's definitely a nice treat, like Brian said. And we had some samples and maybe bought a few bags to take home.
Maybe she picked up the buffalo dill.
Maybe.
But check them out if you get a chance. They are incredible.
So we were a bit crunched for time there throughout the day because Brian had something in the morning and then we had a wedding to go to afterwards. So we literally had like 2 hours maybe there at the most, and so we had to really go through quickly, but there were a lot of really cool vendors there and stuff like that. You know, some of the plant-based groups in the community were represented there, and it was just a really cool event to see.
Yep, but do you know what my favorite part was, Jessica?
I think I have a guess now that we've gone through everything else and you still haven't said it.
Exactly. My favorite part was honestly meeting just some of the people that were there. And it was kind of amazing for us because this was really the first time that we'd gone out and like could possibly meet people. And we met some incredible fans.
Yeah.
And
fans. We have fans.
We have fans, yes. And out of respect, I didn't like record them. We didn't like bring them on camera or anything, you know, because you never know if somebody actually wants to be involved in a video or like that kind of stuff. So we decided to keep it simple and just, you know, respect their privacy.
Well, in the beginning though, I was trying to like write down everybody's names so that I could go through and be like, oh, and we met this person and this person and this person. But then there was like so many of them that I just like completely lost track. So it was kind of funny.
We set foot onto the property and like within 2 minutes we were recognized by somebody.
Somebody came up to us and was like, oh my gosh. And it was so fun. We actually got a photo with her. That was really nice.
Yeah. And I mean, like we were over there getting our samosas and all of a sudden somebody yells out, it's like, Croc's in the kitchen. And so we got to meet a bunch of really cool people. And thank you guys for coming up and chatting with us. It really, it made my day.
Yeah.
I know Jessica sometimes gets anxious about meeting people and stuff, especially people who like happen to know more about us than we know about them.
No, it's just, it's really cool though, because I really love it when people come up and they're like, oh my, like there was one guy that told us, you know, I've lost this much weight and like watching your videos has helped. Like it's just, sometimes we're sitting here behind this camera and we read comments and stuff like that. People tell us that kind of stuff all the time too, but it's just weird to be like in person with somebody and have them say that we inspired them. And I mean, that's kind of what this whole thing is about is to tell our story and show people that they can do it too. So anytime we can like hear any of that, it's just, it blows my mind.
It's why we started this channel in the first place, was to help people out. And it was really, really cool actually getting to meet some people that we have helped and getting to meet some people who are just fans of our show. I mean, that's just a cool feeling to be able to meet some of our fans.
Yeah. But it was, I mean, it was a really fun day, and I would say that was my favorite part too, was just meeting all the people.
Yes, so thank you to everyone who came up to us and said hi. It really made our day.
Yeah, and if you ever see us, don't feel like, you know, some people are like, oh, I don't want to waste your time or whatever. Like, we don't care. Like, we love talking to you guys. So
Yeah.
if you ever see us out and about, definitely come say hi, and we would love to chat with you.
Oliver has been forced to join us for the rest of the video because he was being very bad and he was hungry.
Yeah, he wants to be fed, but his feeding time is not until 8, and it is only...
7:25, bud.
You have 35 minutes, bud.
Yep. But yes, my favorite part was just getting a chance to meet you fine folks there at St. Louis VegFest. It was absolutely incredible. But if you didn't get a chance to meet us and you still want to say hi, Jessica, where can they find us?
They can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter. Ollie's going crazy. Our website, crocsinthekitchen.com,
Yep.
is a good place to go for blog posts and recipes and all that kind of stuff.
Also, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. You can click the subscribe button down below and the bell that is right next to it so you get all of the notifications whenever we do post a new video. Yeah, bud.
Oliver! I think we should end this right here.
I think it's just about time. I'm done with everything that I've got. Jessica's done with everything she's got. Oliver is holding us
certainly
ransom.
Done.
He is ready to be done with all of this. We will see you next time on Crocs in the Kitchen. Bye.
You are such a bad bud.
Bad boy.
You are such a bad
Bad
boy.
boy.
But you're so cute.